Are parents bringing trouble to you by putting so many restrictions in terms that could be in terms of preventing you from taking up some hobby, or asking you to do some other career, or making you do something which is not of your interest? Is that the scenario happening with you and making you feel depressed, or even uh, making you feel like doing suicide? If that is the case, then this is a video you wanted to watch. Otherwise, just skip this, ignore this video. Okay. So yeah, I will try to speak unbiasedly, like I will try to give the points from yours as well as from your parents side, and at the end of the video you can realize what actually you should be doing, what is best for you, and what is that which makes your life great, right? So let's start. So yeah, I do sometimes feel like their restrictions, their trouble, it's kind of even I feel bad that for many of us we have been restricted. We are not allowed to do our passions, and they even don't realize our priorities. They feel like what we are doing is not correct to us, and sometimes we feel like their acts are like not caring for us. So this is common, even I agree, like it happens in many of our lives. So most of the times our concerns or our priorities are not met, our passions are not met, and we are forcefully made to do something even if we are not interested. It's like they are showing kind of authority on us, making us, hey, do this, you have to do this, you should not do this, you have to listen to me. So that authority is always there persisting with parents. I do agree, this is quite common. So is that because of the safety, uh, like they might project as if this is for our safety, but it would appear that there will be only 1% of unsafe situation because of taking up something. Still they don't believe on us, or they don't permit us to do. So what to do? So imagine the situation where you are the parent, and your son or your daughter wanted to do something, and you see some kind of unsafe situation there, like you see some kind of you know unset, that scenario is not set to her or him, your son or daughter. So what would you do? My question is whether you give preference to her or his safety, or whether you give preference to the you know interest of your son or daughter. What would you prefer? Just think on it, or write it on a paper. So if I were you, most probably, or anybody, so as a parent we are going to give priority to their safety first. That is common, right? So our mindset would change. Even if you are so open, even if you are so much concerned and wanted our children to do what they like, but still if there is something that didn't give confidence to us, that whatever she or he wanted to do is not fit for her or might bring some trouble, so you as a parent are not going to allow that thing, right? So that is what. So whenever we are facing some situation, it's better we try to swap the positions, like you switch the position, you go to their location and see why they are restricting us, what is the reason behind their restriction, what is making them feel that this is not good for me. Did I not prove them so much? Did I not give so much confidence to them? So that is what we need to think before we actually do that. So this scenario will actually help us realize the reality, whether they are really interested or caring about us, or is it like they don't want us to do. I will tell you frankly, no parent will want their children go down. Any parent, whether it is mom or dad, wanted their son or daughter to be, always to be proud, like to be on that platform where they will be proud. So they don't want their children to get ruined. But despite that, if they are putting restriction, means maybe they are narrow minded, maybe they wanted us to be, maybe we have not given so much confidence to them that we are going to do that. So this is what we need to think before we put blame, or we go and tell that our parents are not caring for us, they are not bothering us, they are only worried about their thing. Maybe some cases it might happen, but in most of the cases it's like we assume that they are narrow minded. But is it that we are narrow minded? That is what we need to check. Let us give me an example. My mom, when I was kid, when I was going to school and college, my mom used to restrict me a lot. Like, she doesn't allow me play with friends that often. Sometimes she allows, but not that often. And she wants to return back to home very early. So kind of restrictions were there. Despite even my financial condition was not that good. I am from a poor background, so even I used to roam with torn clothes and all, which makes me feel sick those days. And I do, when you see your friends being wearing good clothes, or doing, enjoying something, going for birthday parties, it kind of hurts, right? So this we wanted to do participate in that also, but because of that situation, and because of my mom's restriction, I was not able to do that. But actually I was waiting for the time to come, because I too had some desires. Like, for example, I too wanted to go out, watch movies, enjoy with friends, and also travel out, like that. But after right now, after some 10-15 years of this incident, I am feeling happy that my mom hadn't permitted me to go that closely, or move that openly out that time. So it kinds of, actually I feel good now. There are several advantages which I myself found in the long run, which I felt the person why I'm what you are seeing now here is because of some of the restrictions that my mom or dad put on me during this. Otherwise I would have been a normal guy. Otherwise I wouldn't been doing so many things which I have been doing right now. So the those restrictions is kind of blessing to me right now, which might not be the case every time, maybe not for you. But see, that's the difference. See, I had taken that posture during that time when she had put, I didn't go oppose that. I didn't get the thought of no, my life is gone, I'm not able to do anything, I'm not finding peace, something like that, because I always waited for the time. I know the time will come when I depend on myself. It's like I depend, self-dependency, right? So I was waiting for the time. So when the time came, which means after my graduation, and after I started earning, after I started giving some support to my family, and after I encountered the actual real world, outside world, how people are, how to interact, so and so, after I learned, even my parents got confident on me, that they started giving some lenience, like like they started permitting me do something, not because I am earning, but because I started knowing, realizing myself. So that difference came, and right now I'm in a okay positions, like that. So that restriction that time, right now I'm not seeing that as a jealousy kind of restriction or something like that, but it is actually it's a parental love that is trying, that is binding them to restrict us to do something which they felt not good, right? So that kind of confidence they need to get. If they get, then it's okay, like they will be happy. Otherwise they might look like an narrow minded. So that's what Right now I am 30 plus, I am more than 30 years old. Still my mom comes and says, you know nothing, you know less about world, you should not go. If I, if I go to second show after, I return late from office or even from movie theater, she, tries to scold me, why you are taking, is there any, people surrounding or something. She used to think even as if I am kid, because that's common, because we are still kids to them, we are still small children. Even if I became 70 or 80 years old, I'm still kid to my mom and my dad. So they always treat me lifelong as if I don't know anything, or I know very less of thing. Even if I am a successful person, even if I am, guiding so many people, thousands of people, but still to them I am still a kid and I know very limited things. This is actually kind of good if you see, like, otherwise what happens if I take that into mind, and if I feel like, hey, I know everything, I won't make mistakes. If I am in that mindset, then probably I am wrong actually, because see, every person, we might sometimes do mistake, and their parents, pointing at us like, hey, dude, this is not correct, like that, will actually remind us to check whether we are committing any mistake or whether we are moving on the right path. So this, what you call this attitude of I know everything should be given up, and this is possible if there are someone in our life who always tries to point at us and tell, check this, check this, check this. And it's better be our parents than someone outside, right? So it's better be someone who knows us properly or who is within us. Even if we feel like low, it better be within our family instead of feeling low with someone outside, right? Got it, right? So let it be, right? So let them tell. We try to act as if we are low with in front of them, but still, as much as possible, we try to provide the confidence that they wanted from us. And if that confidence has been provided, probably they will be happy, they will feel that we are safe, we are moving in the right direction, and we are doing the thing which is good to us as well as people. So that's the confidence, that's what any parent would be expecting. And if that confidence has been provided by you, it is well and good. Otherwise they are going to doubt you for lifelong. So I would say it's like most of the parents, I would say almost all of the parents are 200% concerned about you. Okay, the parents are concerned about their children. It's just that they wanted to make sure that nothing happens to you in any situation. Like, even if there is 1% doubt of chance of, say, unsafe situation, they won't agree, they won't permit, because for them your life is very important than your passions or your interest. Maybe for you, your passion or your interest is important to you, but to them it's not like that. To them, your life and your safety is their primary priority, and next only comes other things. Maybe you might consider your passions as priority, and maybe because your passions are not met, you are ready to, let's say, end your life, which is kind of ignorant, right? So you are giving priority to your interest rather than your life. Is your life so much important than your passions? Tell me. Is this the only thing you can do? Like, if, say, your parent is not permitting you to take up music, let's say, at the current situation, maybe they will permit in the future, but right now they are not permitting, and you decided to, end your life. So do you think music is so important than your life for you? Just think on it. So it's not like that, right? See, if you are not taking music right now, you might take tomorrow, you might take next year, you might take 10 years later. The life is all with you. You have that thing, you have the guts. Like I said, after I became self-dependent, I started realizing myself a lot. I started unearthing my skills, or like I said, I had that passion of going out. I am doing now. I realize so much of myself right now because I got the time now and my time has started. So I have lifelong. Right now, if I'm 30, let's say I have 40 more years. I have 40 years with me, which is with me that I can explore myself or do passions. I'm doing art. I'm doing photography. I'm doing counseling and all. So much of things I'm doing, which people are even feeling jealous of myself. That's because that time I was silent because I was waiting for the time. Now my time has come. I am taking this. So this thought process is what we need to change. We need to not to be narrowly minded. We need to broaden. We need to think from their side also. We need to see the perception and see what are the what are the reasons why they are not making us do that, why they are not feeling confident, and how I can make them feel confident. What are the ways of making them confident? If I make them confident, will they be permitting? If they permit, well and good. If not permitting, which means they are still not feeling confident on us. That's what we need to work on that, right? So that's what. So why I'm saying this, I will give one example, which is real life example. A youngster, a young girl, I think maybe in her 10th class or 11th class, she mailed me actually recently, and she said she was interested towards modeling, and their parents were okay until then, but because the recent news on Sushant's suicide, if you had overcome, Indian actor Sushant, their parents started restricting her. They said you need to stop the courses on modeling, and you should continue with other things. And this girl wrote to me and said, brother, this is my current situation, and I feel like they are restricting me. Despite I am being very positive, still they are restricting me. I feel I might die, and if I die, it's going to be a suicide one. So that's the note mentioned in the mail. So I wrote a lengthy mail. I'm not going to cover everything here, but the point is, see, you just realize who is correct. Is she correct, or are their parents correct? I mean, are their parents correct? Who is correct? Just think. So let me explain by the time you are writing or thinking about it. So though she is claiming positive, though she says she is fit for modeling, okay, their parents haven't found that confidence, because I do agree with their parents, because see, just because their parents told that don't take modeling right now, after watching Sushant's suicide, they felt a bit scared of the platform, so they stopped. Maybe temporarily, probably they might change their mind in the future, but let's say temporarily they have changed their mind and stopped her from taking modeling courses. This girl ended up thinking that she should end her life, she should do the suicide. So is this a positive attitude? Do you think this is positive? Do you think this is the correct way of thinking? Just imagine, just try to realize, because if this is positive, if she has not taken this decision, she has come and told me, brother, this is what happening, how should I face them, or what are the other ways that I can approach them and make them do what I wanted to. If that is the kind of approach, then I do agree that this is positive. But since she is telling ki my modeling course, I am not permitted to take my modeling course, which means I have no purpose in life. Is this the right attitude? You think so? I don't think so. I think you will not, because she's right now not pursue. Let's say if their parents allowed her to take up modeling right now, let's say she became a celebrity tomorrow, and after that, let's say she came across one small failure, let's say her film got failed or something, will this girl be able to take that up? Is she ready to take that up? Is she so positive that she can take that failures coming in the upcoming in the future stages? Not sure, right? See, that's the thing. See, unless this girl is not positive, their parents fear that she might end up with something similar to what is happening with the other actors. Might be true, it might be, to some extent it might be true. Their thinking, there is a value in their thinking, right? Their thinking might be correct, because see, just because she has been restricted right now temporarily, she got this thought immediately, which means she has this ability to get in the future also. So what she needs to work is, she actually needs to work on how to overcome that thinking, like how to take it partially, how to make the ways of turning their parents agree, how to make them agree, how she can give some confidence to them which makes them agree. So that is what she needs to work on. And this incident made me actually realize and made me do this video, and that's it, right? Okay, so if she was positive, even I would have supported her. I as a parent, if I was a parent, I would have supported her to continue our modeling. But as a parent, if I was a parent to her, since I have not found that positiveness until now, so maybe I will not. I have stopped her from taking that modeling course. That thing she need to understand, and she need to work on that. So it's always possible, right? So we need to we need to find alternatives. We need to find things, and we need to make sure that if not now, there is always tomorrow is always there, right? So that attitude we need to get. So it's not fair to always believe that we are always correct. It's not fair, because we might do mistake. Our decisions might seem good to us, but probably there might be some side effects coming which we are not able to see, that someone outside, could be our parents, could be our friends, or someone, caretaker, well-wishers, they are seeing, which we are not able to see, that they are pointing. So it's not fair to always believe that I am correct. Got it? And it's always not fair to feel that whatever the current passions I have, so whatever the current passions I have is going to be lifelong. It's not correct, because passions do changes. We keep upgrading, we keep exploring ourselves, finding new skills of ours in the long run. So our passions, our skills are going to updated now and then. We are yet to realize our passion, and it will take whole lifelong to realize our whole skills. So the passions, the hobbies, or the so-called our aims, goals for life that we set during our teenagers, like 15, 20, or not 20, 15, 17, 16, or even 12, those ages, probably they are not going to stay long. That we need to realize. They might be going to change. Some of them going to be stay, some of them might change. Some of the new things will get added, some of them will get deleted. I will give example. So I am doing so many things. When I was schooling, I was in college, I used to believe that I am good at maths. Of course, I am good at maths. So I always was passionate of becoming a mechanical engineer, and apart from that, I had this target of going into Air Force. Okay, so right now you can see I am not into Air Force. I am not into complete mathematics. So I am into different domain. and that's not because of it, that's because I found something which is better than them in the process. Okay, so apart from what, like say, so I found my skill of writing, maybe it's good or bad, I don't know, but still I found, I never thought I would be writing stories and all. I'm writing stories, making inspiration books. I've written on moral books, short story books also, which is quite good. And I realized that I have this skill only at the age of 27. Okay, so there are people who start writing at the age of 70 or 80 also. It's possible. Okay, the skills that we never think are going to come up in the future also, and some of them are going to be with true skills than what we thought in the earlier. So whatever we feel that our current passions are going to be our lifelong is actually not correct. Some of them are going to change. Okay, for more example, I became an instructor. I started teaching for design online, giving material and all, giving my suggestions and my tips and techniques through online at the age of 28. Okay, I started it took me around 2 to 3 years to put a single gear of a bike. I mean, I was a starter. I wanted to learn biking just like that. I was never interested in biking, so it took me years to just learn how to put first gear. Now I am a pro biker. I go for long rides and I go so much, like a pro biker. I ride like that, which I never thought. And this happened when I was 25, I guess. So see, where is 15 years and where is 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, what? I'm still finding, like, I started kind of counseling people, in the sense whoever comes to me, I kind of interacting with them, trying to solve their issues by or giving moral support at the age of 32. Okay, I started these videos of writing, making for depression, loneliness, suicidal things right now at this age, which I never thought. So the skills are going to be lifelong. Like, we are yet to realize our skills. I am yet to realize my skills. I am going to find so much. I started making music. Okay, I never felt I would be doing. I'm doing good actually in that. So it's always possible, and it's not mandatory that whatever we are thinking we have at that time of our schooling or college is not our the permanent thing that will happen in our life. We are so much to realize. We are so much to find ourselves. We have to explore ourselves and prove ourselves to take us to higher levels. So that's what I wanted to tell. So we have so much to realize, and we have our whole lifetime to realize that. Okay, sorry. So what I want to say, use the restrictions which are happening in your life and turn them into positives. Take them positively and see the ways of making them benefited to you, like how to turn them advantage to you. Like say, if your mother says that don't play guitar, it might harm your fingertips. If she says that, then try piano or try something like harmony, something. Because don't expect that you are only good at guitar, right? Try piano, try expert. You won't be realizing unless you are not trying, right? So when they are putting restriction, take that as advantage. Try to take something else, find alternative, explore those skills, and see if you are doing good in that also. If you are doing good and if they are satisfied, or if they find that you are doing very well in that, they themselves might allow you. And in the meantime, you can take this as advantage, and you can actually bring your whole passion or hobby, interest, whatever it is that you wanted to take, and you can start doing that, which your parents might not be stopping you. So that's the whole idea. So it's all about our perception, thinking, change in perception. So we need to, you know, be strong, make sure, and we need to believe strongly that we are going to do that someday, somehow, and we wanted that time to come. That positive attitude should come. You know what? So uh, I started writing the books. You know, I started training people, coaching people, writing blogs and all when I was jobless. The situation when I was jobless. Had the case, I sat at the corner of the room and was crying all the day, feeling that I was not able to get a job, or I was not able to achieve the passion of being a Air Force engineer or something like that. I wouldn't have done anything, nor people would have gotten so much help, right? So that's the thing. So we find advantage when we are at the stage of failure, when we are, you know, facing problems. That is the scenario which God has been giving us to and telling, hey, dude, make use of this situation and take some advantage of that. That's what God is saying, right? So He is making us realize that this situation has come. Try this or find some alternative and do something. Realize yourself. That is what we need to do. Right now I did my masters in robotics. So I am mechanical engineer and I have done robotics. How? So during my jobless state, so I was going through some online courses randomly, and I came across one course called machine learning, which actually attracted me. I started coding actually. So I found that I am actually quite good at coding than what I thought. So I started interest, and that passion made me take my masters in robotics. And right now I am, you know, doing so programs and all, and modeling all for robots, which is quite good. So that's what. See, your situation, your bad luck is going to teach you what is good for you or what you have missed until then. So make use of that, and you know, change the perception of ours, and whatever the restrictions your parents are putting, whatever the so-called you know, pressure, that's what you are feeling, right? Pressures. So make it partially, think it partially, and make sure that you will overcome that. And last but not least, I want to tell that our lives are going to be very crucial. Like, our lives are so precious, right? Compared to, if you compare to animals, insects and all. See, I will tell you, have you seen any animal or any small insect? Let's say a rabbit. We know rabbits or small animals like rabbits are very fearful inside, right? They fear for people, they fear for anything, small things also. They are very afraid. Still, have you seen any such animals doing suicide? Can you show one animal which can do suicide, even if they are knowledgeless, they are ignorant? That's what we say, right? Or show one small insect which tries to kill itself because of any reason. You can't show, right? So we are educated, we have so much knowledge, we have so much you know, intelligence. That's what we say. Yet why we need to feel low of small things, right? We need to overcome that. When animals and insects which has some very less intelligence than us, which are considered dumb than us, and when we are considered you know, more advanced than animals, then why we have to be so slow, right? We need to overcome that. That is life. That is what life. We have to, you know, life is mix of plus and minus, positives and plus, ups and downs, right? Happy and sad, sun and rain. If only sun is there, will the life will be happy? Tell me. If there is, let's say, day and night, you face only sun, is that going to be happy? Or only rains all through the year, is that going to be happy? No, right? So we need to have both. And the thing is, the real successful person is when we, you see them equally, and when we take the situations, when we turn the situations favorable to us, that's what we want to do, and that's what I wish you will be doing in the future. So whatever situations you are facing, whatever threatens, or that's what, if you are feeling like that, threatening, or burdening, restriction, denying, whatever the terminology, synonyms, right? So scrap it, and you make sure the situation comes favorable to you by giving confidence to them, by seeing them that they are concerned about you, and by setting a goal that you are going to prove them that you can do, and you are strong enough to do that. So face it, right? So that's what I wanted to cover in this lengthy video. I ended up, because of that mail I got from that small girl, which I felt bad, and probably if you are in that situation, please don't consider such things. Your life is very valuable than any of the people. You are going to do a lot of things in the future. You are yet to realize your skills. Your life is going to be very beautiful. You wanted to enjoy that, you will miss if you are not going to do. And trust me, this will work. Okay, so stay blessed, be happy, aim for the goals, keep moving, and take alternatives, and try to unearth your skills. That's it. I am Banu signing off here, and if you have any suicidal thought or something, you feel free to reach me. We can discuss on that. We see if you can figure out some ways of tackling that. Right? That's it. Great. Have a great day. Be happy and make people happy.